is Sunday, January 4th, just about 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And yes, I'm here. It's Sunday and I'm here. I know, don't faint. So good to see all of you here with me today. I hope your Sunday is going well. Pretty nice in my neck of the woods. So, yeah, doing good. Let me see who we have on. Hey, Brenda. How you doing? And we have Polly. Oh, while I'm thinking of it, could you let me know if you can hear me, please? Hello, Susan. And we have Janet and Kathy. Hello, hello. And Melina. Oh, I'm sorry. Melanie, hello. The sound is good. Okay, great. Thank you. Appreciate that. I actually even plugged my phone in so my battery won't die. Because it died on me the other day when I was over on Katie's. And I have little Willa in here with me. Yes, she's thinking that I'm talking to her. Say hello to everybody, Willa. Here, I'll put the phone down a little bit. Come here, Willa. There's Willa. She's a border collie mix. She's an old dog. She's getting old. But she's a sweetheart. Yeah, she's a sweetheart. Okay, watch your toes. Watch your toes, baby. So you got to see her. Yeah. She's doing good. Our other dog, Annie, Chocolate Lab, she's doing good. Brandon's doing okay. He was working, one of our generators went tits up, so he was tits up. He's been working on that. He like changed the carburetor in it and it's still not running. So he's given up on it for the day. Luckily, we still have another generator, so knock on wood, right? Hi, Sherry. Hi, Donna. Hello, Geraldine. Hi, Pat. How is everything in Canada? Hey, Jamie. Hey, Terry. Hi, Suzanne. So we had a couple of days ago, the wind started coming up from the south and it was so warm outside. Now, warm for the day was, it was like 56. And I know to some people that's not very warm, but when it's been, in the 20s and 30s for months, it was like a heat wave, right? So I said to Brandon, I'm like, hey, do you mind if I open up the doors and windows and stuff and air out the house for about 10 minutes? It was good. But it did cool things off pretty quick. And of course, as soon as I done that, it started getting colder. But today is a nice day. So yeah, all the snow is gone. All the snow, and we didn't even have very much snow, a couple of inches maybe. And now it's just gone. And we have a little bit up on the mountaintops, but no snow in the yard. So it's just been kind of rainy and, winter. Oh, wow, Pat. Two border collies that were 18 and 19. Yeah, the one border collie that I had before her, His name was Curly, and he lived to 17. Yeah, 17. So I would like her, to be like at least 25, but I want her to be healthy, you know. I don't want her to have any problems. I mean, she can still get upstairs, up and down the stairs pretty easily, but I have noticed that it's a little bit harder for her going down. She's a lot more careful than she used to be. And coming up, she kind of huffs a little bit, but not too bad. Hey, Valerie. Hey, Jaja. Been foggy and rainy here too for days. Yeah. So it's cloudy here today, but I'm living with it, right? Got to talk to my brother today, and that was nice. So we talked for over an hour for sure, and got him to do the like FaceTime so I could actually see him. So it's the only time I get to see him anymore. He's doing well. He's the one that had the stomach surgery and stuff a couple of years ago, and he's doing really good. So he's getting ready to go back to work tomorrow. He had almost all of December off, so he said he needed a vacation, so he took the time off. But he said he's feeling pretty good, so I was happy to hear that. Yeah, I huff a lot too, Valerie. Yes, happy New Year to everybody. Hello, Donna. Hey, Mona. How you doing? So just waiting. Oh, we got 47 people here. Wow. Okay. So I don't need to put it off anymore. I was just killing time. I got a few things to show you that I've gotten in the mail. I forgot to bring up that Christmas card. Darn it. So I got a Christmas card or a postcard, Christmas card, handmade from Brenda. That was so cute. I'll try and remember to bring it up for next Sunday. So thank you very much for that. I really appreciate it. It was very kind, very kind. And oh no, Susan says my oldest brother will be having back surgery in the morning. Well, prayers for him. And Susan is hand quilting the Winter Woods banter. Oh, very nice. So I didn't accomplish much last week at all. Got a little bit of cleaning done up in the sewing room, but pretty much just was lazy. Still coloring. I got to stop with the coloring, okay? Or save the coloring for after dinner or something. So yeah, let's look at some of the stuff I got, and then there's a box in the closet that I want to go through that has little projects in it. I want to go through all of that and see if I really want to do them or not. And if I do, I'm going to put them on the list, and maybe we can do them on some of the Sunday lives or some other time during the week. All right. So a couple of like 5 days before Christmas or so, I was over watching Caterpillar. And Caterpillar has all kinds of gadgets for your sewing room. Like mostly they're popular for those light boards for foundation paper piecing or applique kind of stuff. But before Christmas, they were doing have they had all kinds of great sales, but they also were doing giveaways throughout the whole live. And I won. Yeah, I won one. I won a Caterpillar Flex Light. So yeah. So I got it the other day. I already opened it. Anybody else hate these packages? If I did not have good shears in my kitchen, I would not be able to get these open. All right. I wish they would quit doing these packages. They don't listen to me. Anyway, it's a really cool flex light. So this end has the light on it, and it's rechargeable, and it has a Velcro strip right here, so you can put it on your sewing machine or, you know, wherever you would like to have it. And it has 3 settings. So that's pretty bright. And I'm pretty sure they sell these over on their website. So if you put it on high, it lasts for 3 hours, medium is 6 hours, and low is 10 hours. I have one of these over here on my sewing machine, but it's not the same brand. This one I got from the Fat Quarter Shop. Viva Lux, VIVI Lux. And it's also rechargeable, and it's just needs charged up. So it has dim and high on it. And it also has the Velcro on there. And it's fairly bright. I like those because you can move it around where you need the light the most. So I don't know. I'm going to might try this over on my Longarm. Otherwise, I might put it downstairs. I'm thinking about putting a magnet on this one, and then I can, you know, or something. I might use it downstairs. Anyway, free gift. It was awesome. And they give away all kinds of things, you know, not just that. They give away light boards and cutting mats and all kinds of things. High dollar stuff. All right. Oh yeah. See, that's why I want to put it downstairs, is for when my power goes out, I'll have a light. And it did come with the charging wire. So, and luckily, it's the same wire I use for charging my cell phone. So that's nice. Yes, I hate the plastic packaging, says Polly. Geraldine says too, they are difficult. It makes it really hard for us older people. You know, you would think that these companies would, you know, get a clue about that, right? Yeah. Hook them up to her uncle's walker when the power went out. I like that, Mona. Okay, we got the Sew Sampler box. I'm sure you guys have already seen this, but I have not shared it with you. Very heavy for December and noisy. Starlight Homecoming. And of course, my camera still shows everything backwards. So, all right, let's see. And they, on the back of this, they have coupons and information about the quilt-alongs and so forth. They're doing a fat quarter by the dozen quilt-along. It's a sew sampler, starts in January of this year. They're sewing through the new book that's called Fat Quarters by the Dozen by It's So Emma. So I'll show you the quilt. There's the quilt. The one up there. And then they give you a free another free pattern or a free pattern that you can download. It's a fat quarter 4-patch shortcut quilt. That one right there. So that's nice. So you go check those out if you want to. And the coupon they give you is 25% off of stationery and planners for 2026. I might have to go look at those. So I can use one for a month or two again and then not use it for the rest of the year like I normally do. Okay, let's look. We got a pack of needles. We can always use those. These are 9014 universal needles. Now, I think this is great. I don't use 9014s for piecing my quilts. I like 8012s. But if I'm doing like the binding, you know, I have more fabric, thicker fabric to go through, or I'm doing free motion quilting with this guy, then I'll use this size of needle. But, you know, that's just my preference. So, good thing to get. I'm happy with that. Now, I thought about this for a long time, thinking that, you know, those alphabetties that they have of gluing on the binder clips onto those. But now, guess what? We don't have to. They did it. So we got a box of alpha clippies. Alpha clippies. And there's 26 letters and 10 numbers. So they're nice and big. Much bigger than the regular binder clip. Or the, what do you call them? Wonder clips. Quite a bit bigger. And they're nice and tight, so definitely will hold on to your fabric. So I like this one. Very nice, because I like to pre-cut my blocks and stuff. So pretty handy, especially if I'm doing a sew along with you guys. This is $22.98, and it's a fat quarter shop product from It's So Emma. So I like that. I like it. Jamie says she does want some of those. Yeah, Geraldine, I think this past year, the Sew Sampler box has been really good. I think there was only 1 month that I was like, but you know, you can't like them all, I guess. But so far, I think this past year has been awesome. Okay. Let's see what else. And we got 9 fat quarters. Look at that. 9 fat quarters. I love that. And we got a Starlight quilt pattern, which is really nice looking. I really like it. I'm thinking about doing it. Yeah. 64 by 64. And it takes all 9 fat quarters. Definitely thinking about doing this one. All right. And then the flowering block of the month, or, you know, so long too. It's called Sunflower Power. Now, you can get these over at the Fat Quarter Shop. They're $4.98 if you want. But you cannot get these. These are exclusive to the Sew Sampler box. But there is a swap or a place on Facebook called Sew Sampler Swap that people sell their patterns and stuff that they don't want. So you can always go look there, and you could type in search of and tell them what you're looking for. And I have seen a lot of things sell through there. So, all right. So 2 patterns, or 1 pattern and a block. 9 fat quarters, alpha clippies, and the needles. So I really like this box. Yeah. So let me show you the fabrics real quick. Very pretty. They're Wyndham fabrics by Allison Harris. And they were $31.98 for 9 of these. But look at this one. It's really pretty. Yeah, I like that one. And this one is very pretty too. And this one, I could see up, you know, making a blouse. That'd be really cute for your binding. Okay. Now, I'm not so crazy about this one, but it's okay. And this is all like red, white, and blues and that pattern also. So that would be a really good Quilt of Valor also. I like these blue colors. Kind of a teal. And the last one, same pattern, only red. So that was the Sew Sampler box. I have FMO now. Yeah, I know I would. If I quit getting this box, I would have FMO. FOMO. Yeah. Fear of missing out. Definitely. So a good box, and I'm just going to keep getting it until, you know, till the end of time, I guess. And I still have not canceled the other box that I get from Primitive Gatherings. I don't know why I haven't, but I haven't done it. I guess I keep forgetting. I don't know. All right, so here we go. Nice heavy package this month. This is Primitive Gatherings, and this is every other month. And, oh, I forgot to tell you, if you don't know, the Sew Sampler is like $24.99, I think. And then there's $5 for shipping, and then tax. So whatever your tax rate is in your state. So I think I pay around $32, $33 a month for this. And so the Primitive Gatherings box, I pay $45 every other month for that. And that includes the shipping. So, and they normally do a sew along also. So here's the package. Looks pretty good, huh? Jamie's still getting that box too. Yeah, I hope they continue to be good too, Geraldine. Okay, so you usually get like a little flyer, tells you what's going on and at their shop, and tells you about the stuff in the box. And you know, I love getting these big bags, so I save those for projects. Yeah, everything comes in bags, so you get all different size bags, which is nice. Okay, now I'm not going to read all of this to you. Just go on over to their website and see what's going on. It looks like they have all kinds of activities coming up. And Lisa Bonjean, she's a really neat creator. And I really do love her fabrics. They do have a YouTube channel also. All right. So we got the finishing directions for this past year's block of the every other month. And now that I see it, I think I do want to do it. So now I haven't been sewing along because I'm not really a mystery block or mystery quilt person. I like to see what it, you know, what size it's going to be, what it's going to look like, all that. But now that I see it, I've decided I like it. So I think I might go ahead and do this one. So I'll have to play catch up. I'll show you the fabrics we got. So they'll be starting a new one. So what's the next? So this was, I think this box was for December. So the next box will be in February. Mona doesn't like mystery quilts either. Yeah. But these fabrics are very pretty fabrics. This fabric this quilt would be really good for a guy. Like, if I was going to make this for a guy, I would not use white. I'd use some certain, you know, like a tan or maybe even a light gray for the background. But let's see. This fabric is Marcus. It's a nice brown. And these are typical fabrics from, you know, that Lisa's kind of into, or Primitive Gatherings. And some of these fabrics will be Primitive Gathering fabrics. And I've seen that a lot of them too are Marcus. And if you're familiar with Kim Dill, they're kind of in that same kind of category there. This one's really pretty. Another Marcus. So all of these are for those blocks. And this is the blocks that they are for. So these are like fat quarters, only cut differently. It's a nice green. This one's very interesting. Kind of cool looking. Another Marcus fabric. So there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fat quarters. And then there's yardage. And I'm guessing this is probably for the binding. Very pretty. Let's see. There you go. Yeah, binding fabric. It feels like there's at least a yard here. This is really pretty. Well, almost a yard. $27. That's really pretty. I like this one. I don't know if I will use it for the binding or not. So that's a nice little bundle, plus all the other fabrics I have. So let's take a look. So I have 5 other Thrive blocks. So I still have all the fabric in all of them. I've shown these to you before, so lots of fat quarters. So I could either go ahead and make this quilt or make something else with it, you know. But like I said, I like that quilt, the design of it, the finished quilt. All right. So I have to decide, is this going to be on my 2026 project list? I have to think about it. All right, so we got all that. I'll move these back over there. All right, and we got charm packs. This is called Lazy Logs. Hi, June. Hi, Susan. Hi, Joan. Hi, Nancy. All right. Lazy Logs. Um, I think I would want to do the quilt with all of it being lazy logs and not have separated blocks. I don't know. What do you guys think? I think it would be cool if it was like the whole quilt was like this. And we got flannels, Prairie Gatherings flannels. So it feels a lot thicker, but I don't really want to open those, you guys. But you could go look it up. Prairie Gathering flannels by Primitive Gatherings. And we got 2 of those. Now, I got some flannel fabric in another box, and I might see if they match up. And if they do, put them all together and make a larger quilt. Because you know me, go big or go home. Oh, you did, Jamie? Jamie got the flannel to make the lazy log quilt. Cool. Yeah, very pretty flannels. This would make a really nice man quilt also. Men. Because they're very manly colors. Yeah. Yeah, I might. I'll have to think about that. This quilt is 62 by 62. But you're not using the whole charm square. It's kind of a bummer because you cut them into 2 by 5 inches. So you're going to be cutting off an inch. It's kind of like a railroad block. Is that the word? Is that the block? Railway fence block? Something like that. That's what it kind of looks like. Alrighty. I do like flannel quilts though. And we got this really cute collectible sticker, okay? It says, I myself am entirely made of flaws, stitched together with good intentions. Isn't that cute? Yes, you do always get material with Primitive Gatherings. Yep. Sometimes you just get some charm packs, and then you get a cool notion. Sometimes you get a jelly roll, and usually when you get a jelly roll, you get the whole jelly roll. And so you get they always have a block, a sew along. So you're either going to make one block or many blocks. So you get the pattern with the fabric. And then sometimes you get one more pattern, sometimes you get 2, and they usually usually, I have only seen where you get the main fabric with them. So, yeah, so that's a cute sticker. I like that. I have to figure out where to put that. And then we got these caramels. So you always get these yummy, yummy caramels. I'd make the lazy log quilt, leave out the sashing, and put the light fabric facing the center. I might have to check them out. How much again? $45 every other month. Yeah, it is funny looking. The sticker is funny looking. Okay, so that's the... Any other questions about primitive gatherings? And this is a nice sticker too. It's kind of heavy duty. I wonder if it would fit on the back of my phone. I think I'm going to look. That way I could see it all the time if I put it on the back of my phone. It is really cute. Yes, the $45 includes shipping. Hey, good stuff. How's it going? Said thank you for the links, Jamie. She subbed to both. No, I'm not affiliated with them, but yeah, go ahead and tell them yeah. You can give them my name if you want. See what they say. Hey, Crystal, how are you doing? I probably shouldn't have put that one in my mouth. So far, so good. Oh, this bag has a hole in it. Well, can still use it for fabric. Okay, I don't need to read that. I just kind of wanted to look over it real quick and see if there was anything I wanted to share with you guys. Let's see. So, oh yeah, here's the other flannels we got last year from Primitive Gatherings. I wanted to see if they... No, they're quite a bit different. Urban Homestead Gatherings Wovens. So, still might be able to mix them. Yeah. They're still kind of, you know, those shades. So I think it would work. This one is very manly. It's like all the flannel shirts that you see in the Western department stores. If you ever go into Western department stores. And this was the pattern for for that one. I think I like this pattern better than the other one. So I'll have to decide. I'll have to think about it. Make a really good travel quilt that you can put in your car. Especially for the winter time. I think always should have some sort of blanket or quilt or something in your vehicle during the winter time. All right. So, let's see. Patchwork flannel quilts are easy and fun to make. Yeah, I agree, Kathy. Yeah, it looks good from here. That's what I thought, Joyce. That's what I do, good stuff. I have the large 2-gallon freezer bags for my large projects hanging out in the closet. Okay, one more bite. Those caramels are really good. Okay. Just a minute, Crystal. Are you asking about the pattern that just came this month? It's called Lazy Logs. Lazy Logs. So you could go over to Primitive Gatherings website, and I don't know if that's a free pattern or not, but you could go check it out and see. The one behind me. This one? This was the sew along. Oh, that's a good idea. I buy flannel PJ bottoms at Goodwill and cut them up to make backing panels. I think Pat meant to say I always wash wovens before cutting. Yeah, I always, if I have yardage, then I'll pre-wash flannel. But I would never pre-wash any charm pack. Never. Never. Oh, the Western Light. This was the one from a couple of months ago. I'm not sure which. The pattern was called Skipping Stones. Skipping Stones. It finishes at 53, well, almost 54 by 59. And that's what it looks like. And the fabric was Urban Homestead Gatherings Wovens. So they're not actually flannel, they're woven. But they are very manly, in my opinion. So I hope that answered your question. Yeah, I don't wash any pre-cuts like charm packs, layer cakes, jelly rolls. Oh God, I would never wash a jelly roll. What a mess that would be. Um, you know, it really, I don't really pre-wash anything for piecing. I usually really don't. Now, for my backs, like if I'm going to use a flannel on the back and the top is all cotton, then those two fabrics are going to shrink differently by quite a bit. So I will pre-wash the backing, the flannel backing. Um, and that way, you know, the cotton on the top can just shrink how it wants to, right? Um, I don't, oh, and to pre-wash batiks, oh, that's a mess. I've tried that and it is so hard to re-iron it. And that's the main reason why I don't pre-wash is because of the, you know, having to re-iron everything and starch everything and, you know. So I figure if everything is just, especially all the cottons, are not pre-washed, then, you know, it's all okay. I think back in the day, there's, you know, a problem with the dye in the fabric, especially when you're using a really deep, bold color like red, you know, the really dark red or really dark blue. Um, those could and did bleed into the other fabrics. And so that's why, you know, people pre-washed more. I don't I don't know that that is as much of issue nowadays. I've only had one quilt do that, and it was only in one spot, which is really weird because that fabric was everywhere in the quilt, but it only bled in one spot. But there are color catchers and other things you can do to help prevent, you know, your uh, from to help it not bleed, or it'll catch the colors for you anyway. Anyway, I just don't, you know, worry about it. But now, if I was doing a lot of quilts that were going to go into quilt shows, I might think differently about that. Yeah, but I still would not want to pre-wash my pre-cuts. Now, okay, if I did do that, I would put them inside of some sort of like a pillowcase, or you remember those bags we used to put your nylons in? Um, I would put them in something in the washing machine. Yeah, especially charm squares, jelly roll. Yeah, all of them. Any pre-cut except for maybe fat quarters. Now, I did get a few boxes of fabric that was donated, and the fabric kind of had that musty smell to it. But most of it was either fat quarters or some sort of yardage. And I did wash all of that, and oh my God. That was a mess. And when they're little pieces like that, like a jelly roll, they get tangled up together. So maybe pre-wash by hand. I don't know. Yeah, mesh bags. Hi, Carol. Very good to see you. I haven't seen you in a while. Yes, we did have a nice Christmas. I hope you did too. Yeah, shirts. Yeah, and I used to get like sheets and yeah. Um, I even have shirts like my old shirts that maybe the elbows are, but I really like the fabric on them. So, like some of this I could use in a quilt, right? And you know what? There's nothing wrong with it. It is your project, it is your quilt. You can use whatever fabric you want, new fabric, old fabric, because, back in the day, people saved fabric scraps because, it wasn't that easy. It's not like you could just go downtown and or like they had quilt stores. And I'm talking, 50 years, 100 years ago, back in the day. Uh, so, yeah, my great grandmother had all kinds of scraps, and they were all from men's shirts, ladies' blouses, skirts, and who knew if they were 100% cotton or not? Because once it's cut up, you don't know, or at least I don't. Is this 100% cotton? Now I can tell rayon. Mona is making quilts out of men's shirts. Awesome. Oh, pre-wash for garments. That makes sense. It was a mess, Joan. It was. It took me forever to get it all straightened up. Oh my God, it was a mess. Polly pre-washes for clothing too. The other day, someone said they heavily starch jelly rolls, then put them in the salad spinner. Really? Huh. That's kind of funny. Ah, okay, Joyce. Light it with a match. If it burns, it's cotton. If it melts, it's a mix. Good tip. Good tip. I bought men's shirts, but I'm wondering if you need stabilizer when you cut it. I don't know about actual stabilizer, like a SF 101, that kind of thing. I don't know about that. I guess it would depend on how thin it is, but I would definitely starch it, iron it, starch it really good, and then cut it. That's me. But I like to starch my fabric before I cut into it, like yardage. I don't starch my pre-cuts like, the charm packs or jelly rolls. And here's another reason why is because a lot of the patterns that you get for charm packs and jelly rolls, they want you to use 2.5 inch by whatever the strip is, or a 5 inch square. And if you starch those beforehand, they're going to shrink. Starch and press, they're going to shrink a little bit, and they're no longer going to be 5 inches square. And so there what do you do then? So, your pattern is you're going to be a little off throughout the whole quilt. Now, maybe if you had a pattern that used charm packs, but it said to cut them to 4.5, then maybe if you want to starch it, then go ahead. Catbird Quilt is the YouTube lady who only uses shirts. Oh, okay, Jean. Thank you. I have to look that up. That's like the third time in the last few days that I've heard that name. Cat Bird Quilts. Yeah, I'll have to look her up. Joyce says she does use spray starch or soak it. Okay. Joan says, I don't use stabilizer. I usually starch mine when I get ready to cut the pattern out, not when I cut the shirt apart. Oh, okay. I got you. Right. Catbird has made a lot of beautiful quilts out of shirts. Yeah, I'm definitely going to go check that channel out. Okay. We're learning lots of stuff here today, boy. Hope you have your notebooks out. Oh, plus you love her accent. Where's she from? UK or something? All right. I'm drinking peppermint tea. Hot tea. All right. So all of this is one quilt. It was a block of the month, right? So I'm just going to use this big bag that we got and put everything in there. And then it can go in the closet because I consider this like a partial kit. So this can go with my other kits. Now, of course, I don't have the background fabric in there. And for background, I usually buy a whole bolt of something, like a soft white, a creamy white. And it's usually a white on white, like this. And it's a pattern that the overall pattern is something that I like. This one is an array of different flowers. I don't know if you can see it or not. Probably not. And I usually get them when they're on sale. And then I use this for all the quilts that I make throughout the whole year. And sometimes I don't always buy white on white. Sometimes I'll buy like a light gray, but they're usually a print and not a solid. Because why? Because why don't I use solids? Let's see who can guess that. All right, so I haven't done any of the Sew Sampler blocks either, so I have all of those. And I'm not sure. I love these little bags because you can just put your little projects in there like this and stand them up, right? So cute. I love that. So I got, I think this, didn't this blue one come from the Sew Sampler box? I think so, yeah. And this one I got from Primitive Gatherings in their box. So, yeah, so I need to go through these, both of them, and decide if they go in the closet, back on the shelf, or stay out here. So anything that's out here, over there, is got to be either a WIP, a work in process, or a UFO that I want to turn into a WIP, or a new project that I want to do for 2006. So that's the three criterias, right? Then anything else, so in the closet, I have, a lot of these bags that I call them kits. And they're not necessarily kits that I bought from a quilt store. They're kits that I made up. So they will have the primary fabric and the pattern. Normally I don't put the background in there unless I'm using a specific background that's not my white on white. Then I will put it with it because I don't want to use it with something else. Then then I'll put it with there. And sometimes I put the binding fabric. Most of the time I don't. And I very seldom does the background fabric get put in with a quilt. Or not background, but the backing fabric. Yeah. I don't, normally I don't pick out my binding or the back until till I'm going to quilt the project. I know. Kind of odd. Every now and again I do it because like I know I have a piece of fabric in there that would be perfect for that quilt. And so I will pull that fabric and put it with it. But 92% of the time, I don't. All right. That's what I do, Don. Okay, I think that's what I do. I put the completed top and backing hang together on hangers, then put the binding and put that with them. Yeah, when I get the top done, I look through my stash and find a fabric that I think will, look good with it. And then I pull that out and I hang it in the closet like Donna does with that quilt. And then if I find a binding fabric that I think will go with it, I'll put it with it too. So I don't necessarily make the back for it or the binding yet until I'm ready to quilt it. I know, that's crazy. Last year, I did try to make sure my backings were ready to go. But that just, I think I did like a couple. It just didn't work for me. And then hang it back up, you know. In one way, it would be really nice to have it all ready to go like that, but that's just not how I work, I guess. I store pre-cuts and stuff in fridge organizers. Fridge organizers. Oh, that I know what you mean. The small tote. And Donna, what will you never use? I missed it. Donna, the small tote. Oh, okay. Oh, that small tote. But it might also be really good for a little garbage can. I mean, that's what they kind of called them, like a little garbage can you could take to retreat, or a little tote that you could take to retreat, put stuff in it. I don't know. Now, the other thing that I do when I'm done with the project, when I'm done with the quilt top, all the fabric that's left over from that project goes in a Ziploc bag and it goes in the closet. And I don't mix it in with my other scraps until I'm completely done with that quilt. Because maybe I made a mistake on that top, or something got spilled on it, whatever. I want to be able to go to that fabric that I have stashed, right? And pull stuff back out if I need it. Once I get the top made and quilted, that's all done. Then I look at that leftover fabric and I say to myself, self, is there enough here to make a pillow to go with this, or not? Uh, will you make a pillow to go with this? That's the big question right there. Uh, and of course, myself says, yes, Teresa, you will make a pillow. There's enough here. And then it stays in there and nothing happens. But in all fairness, I do have a lot of quilt tops hanging in the closet right now that need to be quilted. And so I have a lot of bags in there right now of the scraps from those quilts. So one of these days, so every now and again, you know, when those get done and I decide I'm not going to do a pillow or anything like that, then I bring the scraps in here, and decide where they're going to go, which drawer, because I have 1, 2, 3, I have 5 little drawers, these 3 here, and these 2 on the bottom for scraps. And, you know, those drawers are full. So I need to do something with those. I really can't put any more in there. Yeah, I need to do a scrap quilt. Yes, I have a Longarm. But hey, Lori, how's it going? That darn Longarm just keeps messing up. And so I'm not too sure what I'm going to do with that damn thing. Works for a little while and then it might need a tune-up. I don't know. It might need to go to the doctor again. I don't know. Lori says she does that too. All fabric left till the quilt is bound. Yep. All right. So what I wanted to do is I'm going to go grab a box that I have in the sewing room and kind of go through that. And it has like little projects in it. And I'm going to try to decide if I want to do those little projects or put the fabric back or something. What am I going to do with it? Now, I do this at the first of every year, right? Mona is working on a scrap kitty quilt. Oh, awesome. Hey, Nancy, how you doing, girl? Ugh. Jamie's working on a scrap quilt number 4 using her batiks. Those scraps go a long way. Yes. Well, all my scrap batiks stay over on that side of the room with all the collage quilts. That's a whole other category. Tiffany takes her Longarm to the spa now and then. Yeah, my problem is finding a spa that's not that far away. That's my problem. A certified Grace, because I don't want to ship it, even though I have the box and all the styrofoam and all that stuff. I don't. It costs too much to ship it, but everything is 2 to 8 hours away, and I think Grace is in Utah, and that's a long ways away. We're talking a 2 or 3 day trip. Hi, Jan. How are you doing? All right, I'm going to go grab that box. Look at this. Okay. That's pretty bad. Okay. Now, I just brought this one out because these are what I was telling about, how I keep the scraps from the quilt tops that are done, but not quilted yet. So this is what all of this is. So that's how I keep it. There's another one. So I don't have as many as I thought. Now these are really tiny little scraps. So I'm going to leave this out here, and you know, this might be, this quilt is like, I know, totally done. The scraps from this one. So I might just get rid of those scraps. That's the other thing, is I'm going to have scrap giveaways. So I'm going to leave this out here so I can look through it again, because I know this one, this quilt is done, and this quilt is done. And I don't think I'm going to make pillows or anything out of that. So, all right. Now, my idea is, now I think these are all just little projects, like when I was making the project bags and stuff like that. All right. So what I'm going to do is decide whether or not any of this comes out here, or if it goes back on the shelf, or what I'm going to do with it. All right. Okay, so this, remember a couple of years ago, I did a quilt for October breast cancer, and I donated the quilt. And this is some of the panels and stuff that's left over. So I need to make another one, right? Because I think I have enough panels here. And then this was some of the blocks, which definitely is not enough. So what I could do is put these blocks I could take this off, save this for scrap with the gray, and then put this block in the orphan blocks. That is a thought. And I could, if I don't want to make another quilt like that, like this, these would also make really cute big pillows. You see that? Isn't that pretty? It looks like a watercolor. Or you could just quilt these and turn them into wall hangings. That would be really pretty too. Really pretty. Wouldn't that be cute in your bedroom? Wall hangings out of those. So it's something I got to think about. Now I could just put them back in with the rest of my panels. So that might be what I do. Okay. For now. Put them in with the panels, because once they're in with all the other panels, then I'll know where they are, right? Okay. So I'll just use this bag. Oh yeah, large tote bag. That would be nice too. All right, so these are just going to go in this bag. And then I'm just going to put them back with the panels. And then, you know, when I feel like doing something with panels, they'll be in there, and instead of hiding in that box. Okay, so I might as well just take care of these while I'm thinking about it, right? This piece of gray fabric on here is big enough to save with my other gray. So I'll just take that out, and that's going to go over there. And I'm just going to save this block, put it in with my other orphan blocks. Okay. Just that simple. And that's all I'm going to keep doing. Going through this box and deciding what's going to happen. Okay. This is like, I don't know why this is zipping in there. It should be downstairs with the pot holders. All right. This needs to go back to the sewing group. It was a possible quilt of valor. It was going to be like a row robin. So I need to pass this on. So I'll put this in with, I don't know why it's in this box. But it needs to go to the Quilt of Valor committee. Hey, around to it. How's it going, Shirley? Good to see you. Thank you for the thumbs up. I appreciate it. All right. So that's going to go. I'll just set that over there. So you notice when you are cleaning up, you end up with making a bigger mess than with when you started. Okay. All right. So guess what this is? This is a project bag. Okay. So does anybody out there want to make my project bags this year? So let me go get one. If you are watching the replay, let me know in the comments if you want to make project bags this year. This is what they look like. They have a pocket on the front to put your pattern in. Now, I'm using them for cross stitch, but you can use them for quilting. Put your pattern in the front, that way you know. You don't always have to be opening the bag. And then there's another zipper pocket for all your cross stitch stuff or whatever you're making. So, yeah, if I finished it, it would be a table runner, but it's, this has got to go to the next person to add on to it so that it's a quilt. You want to make one together? Okay. Joy says yes. Yes, I want to make one. Okay. Also, if you're into cross stitch, remember the cross stitch wallet? We can make one of those too. I have videos already on how to make these, but it's funner if we do it together. So it's a little purse or a little wallet. It's a wallet. All right. And you can put your floss in these little pockets. Okay. And this one has like 24 pockets. You can use the bobbins. So these are measured out for the floss bobbins. Or you can just fold your floss in half like this and slide it in there. And then, so there's 24 of those little pockets. And then in the middle is a place for your leftover floss. Then I put a little felt heart right here, so it has needles on it, right? So it just keeps everything. You can even put a little pair of snips in there, and then it has a little thingy on it. Now this is a TeresaLouise design. Okay, so we can make one of those too, if you want to make them. Yeah, the plastic I use is a heavy gauge shower curtain. And yeah, the way I sew those project bags up is super easy. You don't need a special foot on your sewing machine, you know, or anything like that. So, floss wallet. All right. So that's my project bag. And so I will save this then for a project bag because I have all the stuff cut out, right? Except for the plastic. And I need a bag for this. And I might have more than one. All right. Here's another bag of scraps. This one needs to go in with the scraps for the tops that are finished. So that's where that one's going to go. What the heck is this? I don't know. I thought I had more of those. Well, I might. I'll just leave that right here for now. Okay, here is a bag, a handbag. It is called, or it's by Pink Sand Beach Designs. It's a Barbados bag. It was a kit. I think somebody sent this to me. So it has everything in it that I need. And it's all batiks. So yeah, I would like to make this. All right. So it's not going back in the box. It's going to go over here. And so what I'm going to do is put projects that I want to do in these. Okay. So that's one. Two. All right. This is some sort of fabric for a block that I obviously did not do. And it was for 2024. So it's fat quarters. So I'm just going to fold them up. Pretty. And put the fabric back. Put the fat quarters over there with the fat quarters. How are we doing on time? Okay. Got to be off of here by 4 o'clock, so there's that one. Okay, now I do not like this fabric at all. This is like it's Michael Miller, but it's really rough texture and it's sparkly. Glitter. Yeah. So, yeah. This piece of fabric is going to go in the giveaway. Somebody will want it, right? I have a whole pile of giveaway stuff down there. All right. There's another one. What's this one? Boy, I was a bad girl. 2023. Oh. Fabric for Christmas blocks. This would make a good fabric for my collage quilts. All right, see? Now this one I like for the background. This is cute. This would make an awesome background for quilts. But I only have a fat quarter, so. Fairy Frost? No. I don't think so. Let me look. No, it just says Michael Miller Fabrics. Oh yeah, it is Fairy Frost. Yep, you're right. Why, do you need it, Jamie? I'll send it to you if you do. Ugh. Yeah, was that very popular? Yeah, I don't like. It probably softens up and everything after you wash it. I don't know, but just to even feel it right now, I don't. One of those textures I don't like. Donna didn't think it was that rough. See, we're all different. To me, it's, yeah, rough. Oh, your mother-in-law gave you a fat quarter bundle of it? Okay. No wonder you know. Hi, Joyce. How you doing? Good night, Mona. Mary says she gets her vinyl from Hobby Lobby. It's on a roll and you just cut off what you need. Yeah, and you can get it also at quilt stores on the roll, which is actually a lot better because when you buy it, a shower curtain, it's going to have fold marks in it, and those are a booger to get out. But I do iron those out, and but you know, you have to be really careful, and you have to have. I put a towel on the bottom, and I put a towel on the top, and then with a low heat iron, and I iron it out. But yeah, a roll of vinyl would be better for sure. Good night, Valerie. Let's see what else I missed. Mona uses orphan blocks to make project bags. That's a great idea. Shirley said, I need some like that for my knitting needles and crochet hooks. Yeah, you can adjust those pockets however deep you need or, you know. I buy the tube by Annie. Okay. Yeah, I would just pick up some of that vinyl from whatever source you would like. I'm just letting you know what I did, um, because the, shower curtain at the dollar store was really cheap. But it's probably not that expensive like at Hobby Lobby or Walmart. But like I said, it is easier to get it on the roll for sure than to try and iron those out. All right, where was I? Oh, this looks like another Quilt of Valor thing. I don't remember this at all. This looks like a bunch of Quilt of Valor fabric. Oh, here's a block. Oh, nice block. Hmm. There's some like instruction things in here, but it doesn't really make sense. It kind of looks like my handwriting. Oh, you know what? This might have been, I think I was doing this with oh gosh, I forgot her name on YouTube. Courtney? Does that sound right? She used to be on all the time, but so I think I can put this in the orphan block. Um, yeah, I don't know why we didn't finish, but that's been a while, a couple of years now. So I'll just put all this fabric up. Yeah, that's, now I remember. Okay, we only have about a few more minutes. Oh, I'm gonna, don't need that. And I do have um, a stash for patriotic fabric. So I'm just going to put all this over there with it. Even the scraps and back quarters. No, not Corey Yoder. No, just a normal small YouTube channel. In fact, she might be coming on today. Susan, I think, knows her name. Yeah, Tiffany comes on at 4 o'clock. All right, so do I want this with... can't remember her channel name. Yes, yes, Susan, thank you. Peace, love, and quilting. That's who I'm talking about. That's who I did that block with. Yes, I will announce it beforehand, so you have plenty of time to get your vinyl. Yes, Courtney. Yeah, that's the lady I was trying to remember her name. I know, that's terrible. But it's been so long since I've seen her. I did this block with her a couple of years ago. All right. Now, okay, I believe, what is this? I don't know. Something with a zipper, and there is no note. There's no note. I already have batting squares cut out. And looks like I have, oh, looks like it was going to be some sort of bag or something, because I got little pockets here, right? Okay, I'll have to figure this one out. And I already have the zipper sewn on. I have no idea. This is what happens if you don't put a note in with your stuff, right? Okay, so this one I'm going to have to think about. So I'm just going to set it over here. Just because I have no idea. Is it tulip? No. Yes, I like Courtney too. I haven't seen her in a while. Every now and again, I get a notification that she's coming on at a certain time, but then I don't see her. All right, I have no idea why I made this, but it's all sewn together. I was going to make something out of it. All right, so this one's got to go in figure it out pile. Figure it out pile. All right. We got about 8 more minutes where we got to go. All right. These are bowl cozies. So I definitely want to make some more bowl cozies. So I have batting and fabric and all that. And this one, bowl cozy, is a little deeper than the normal ones. Because I have these antique bowls. So I measured the bowl for a certain size. So maybe we can do some of these bowl cozies together too. All right, so I think I will put this in the to-do this year. There's that. All right. What is this? You guys, I have not gone through this box in a long time, so. All right. I think this is a bag. Yes. But I don't see the pattern. Here's the zipper. I think this was a project from Stephanie's Stitches. I got to have that pattern somewhere. So I'll look for that. Yeah, so I really should finish this bag. Even if I don't use that pattern, I should be able to figure it out. All right? Okay, so back in the bag. And that's going to go over here. So I got 3 things over there now. Oh boy. Okay, we only got 4 more minutes. So you guys are probably done looking. I'm going to keep going, but I've been on for almost 2 hours, so I definitely need to get up, move around, go get me a snack, see how the hubby's doing, and then come back and get going. So I'm just going to keep going through this box. Some things from it I'm going to put over here for, you know, projects to be done. Some of it may go back into the closet, or some of it may go back on the shelf with the rest of the stash, or it'll go in the giveaway area. So, which I got to go through that too and start doing giveaways. So keep your eyes open for that, okay? Okay, thank you so much for joining me, everybody. It was great to see you. I love spending time with you on Sunday. I really appreciate your support. Appreciate you being here. And, oh, good to see you, Susie. You guys, you know, all take care. Have a great week. If I can, I will try to come back on during the week, and maybe we will do a little bit of work on the horse collage quilt. Yeah, maybe on Tuesday. So, okay, you guys have a good night. Blessings to you all, and remember to be kind. Love you guys. Bye for now.